Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. I just found another project. It says here, Colonial Forest Master. And then I said, bone and leather. What do you think? Let's check it out. So this is the guy we're talking about. And if you think it looks familiar, yeah, you know, it's kind of a camp king. Except then, this one is made by Colonial. Yeah, all it says is Colonial, Providence, USA. And that's about all you're going to get out of a Colonial. Not only that, it has two other tank stamps. One says USA, and the other one says, yeah, USA. Here's the actual tank stamp. So they just wanted to let you know it is made in the USA. It's got the little badge on there, Forest Master, and really, it's really just a Colonial Camp King, right? It's got all the stuff you need. You got your pokey, your awl, you got your bottle opener, flat screwdriver, can opener, and a nasty blade that's kind of beat up. Needs a point on it to say anything. It's not too bad inside, it's not too rusty, in fact it's in pretty good nick. And of course that badge, well, if we change the handles, that's going away. Maybe not. Maybe we'll put it on the new handles. These guys, see that? I think I got these at USA Knife Makers. They're out in Mankato. You can get them online. They have just about everything you need if you want to make a knife. Very cool. I think we can do this. Ooh, seeing a problem already. One's way thicker than the other. No biggie, I'm pretty sure we can file that down, right? I don't know. I've never done a bone handle. I have no idea how to drill it. Something special. Just like a lot of these old knives. Clamshell. See that? Hopefully I can get these ones off. And it even has its bail. So we're ahead on this one. You know what? Let's do it. Okay. See, here we have the little ne'er-do-well right here. Like I said, Colonial Forest Master. And we're going to add these. Obviously we're going to clean it up as well, but I want to get that added on, and I'm probably going to use brass pins. I want to see how this is put on. Have no idea where we're going with this one. So let's take it apart and get it ready. See if we can put these on. That's actually in pretty good condition, isn't it? And it actually looks like, not like mine that I make. Okay, so here we go. The dreaded. Interesting that you can unhook both sides. Doesn't have the slide on it. Alright, something different again. So like I said, you can see there, you have the clips on both sides that you can access. Okay. That we can do. Oh, there we go. Come on. Off you go. There we go. Oh, look at that. Ha! Pins go through. Got it off. It's in pretty good condition, isn't it? Wow. Alright, things are looking up. Pocket lint. as always. It's pretty clean, we don't have to dip this. It's in good condition. A lot of pocket lint. So it's been well used. Somebody actually carried this guy, which is what they are for, right? Alright, let's have a look at these guys. I want to replace just the black. I wonder if we just punch through there, if the pins will come out. I'm already nervous about this. I don't want to bend this. Yeah, this is not going to be as easy as it looks. What was I thinking? Okay, now I'm a little concerned. So, we need to figure this out. These are pretty thin, and I doubt you can get the bone that thin without damaging it, right? It's going to be really, really fragile. Although this will support it. How do we do that? Well, let's mark them out and see if we can clean these out so that they fit. Here goes nothing. So I think now, because I've never dealt with bone before, I'm going to drill some small pilot holes through here. Not the actual size I want, but some really small holes in there. Hopefully I won't break anything. Whew. Here we go. See, here we are now. What I did, you saw me, I had to file out everything to get them on there as best as I could. That was really tough. I hoping this is going to work. So now you can see I put the pins in. They're not real pins. I glued them in. I'm going to snip them off on the bottom here, so that they'll go on there. I don't want them sticking through there because the blades will catch. So here are the two here. Now this one will have the budge. They'll go in these holes here, allegedly, which will look pretty cool. I'll glue it on, get the clips in there. And then the next issue I have, I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, I got to clean these down the sides here, make them match up to the handle. They're going to be a little bit thicker, which means I'm going to be taking a lot of bone off, which means there's going to be white. But I really want to keep as much of the, the bone look, the raw bone look, as I can, which will probably be along the top here. And it's going to be white going into that, I'm assuming. So that'll be up next, he says with confidence. And we also got to work on this guy. Pretty clean as it is. The well needs a good clean. They just need a touch up, and then we're going to have to sharpen. So I'm just going to go over the blades with some 600 just to get the bad stuff off, the heavy stuff. And like I said, it shouldn't take much. And you see you got stuff like this. And just get rid of that, and then go to 1,000, 10,000, the usual story. Blade's pretty marked up, not going to be able to get rid of that. Hopefully it won't affect the sharpening, because it's almost running off the edges here. It makes for a tough sharpen. Just want to get most of the bad stuff off and start shining it a little bit. Shines it up nicely. So that'll do there. Now we go to 1,000 and then 10,000. Now I'm going to do 1,000 and then I'll go to 10 and I'll show you the results. Basically the same thing again, maybe a little bit longer with the 10,000 so you can get a nice shine on it. So here we are with the 1,000. It's cleaning up nicely. This was in good shape, so that's really helped. Now I'm going to go to 10,000. And there you can see 10,000 really bringing it out now. And there we are with 10,000. So now we got to work on that handle. So I've trimmed them down as close as I want to right now. I think I'm going to mount them, get them on, and then start shaping them. Man, it's going to be tough. This might work. The issue I have is this area here because of the pins. They're really close. Oh, it came off. It broke away. Oh no. see if I can fix it. Okay, we have a problem. If you look carefully, this has pulled away from the side. See that? And that is because it's not flat. So I have to take it off and do that, right? Okay, we didn't break anything, so that's a plus. And looking at it now, you can see that this is not flat. So we need to take care of that. How do we do that? We get a flat piece of sandpaper. That looks a little better. It's better. It's not as bad as it was. Let's do a little bit more. Well, that's much better. Still got a bit of rock on this side. And I think it might be because of this. So I'm going to clean that up. Okay. You want to try this again? Let's glue it all again. This time I'm actually going to mix some bone with the glue just to fill in any gaps. Now we're going to let that set again. Okay, it's been about a week. I got sidetracked with this one. I did put the budge on and I had to re-glue the one side because it was coming off. We got that sorted out. Now I need to clean it up. I'm really struggling with this one. Not sure how to finish it off. You know, I still think that the handles are too thick, but you know, the more I hold it, the better I feel about it. I just got to clean up everything because when I was, you know, the excess glue and everything, I was scraping it off, so it needs to be re-shined. And I just want to round these edges off here a little bit more so you don't have a sharp edge. The other thing I did was, remember on the awl here, was really difficult to pull it out because the handle was so thick you couldn't get it. So I put a little divot. Can you see that? And that was enough to give a little bit of room where you can hook it and pull it out pretty easy. So I did that. Now I just got to clean this stuff up and then give it a good polish and sharpen shine and put the bail on, and hopefully that'll be it. So let's get on with it. So I'm just using my little BPS here just to trim off the excess glue that's sticking out. Just clean it up. It's got to trim it off and then we'll clean it up with sandpaper. So to get all the rough scratches off. I think I want to sharpen this point a little bit. It's a little rounded. You see that? We'll just have to bring it up a little tighter, more to a point. Put the bail on and then sharpen it up. So I'll polish that badge a little bit more. There you are. Put some light on the subject here. Cleans up nicely. Mothers really helps. One thing you have to get used to with mothers, although you're polishing everything, when you're done, you need to wipe it off because it leaves such a fine residue there. You won't believe how shiny it gets when you wipe off that residue. And there you can see the Forest Master. Cleaned up nicely. I like the idea of bone. I'm a bone fan, or stag, antler, whatever you want to call it. I just didn't think about how thick it was. But, to be honest, it actually feels pretty good. Even as thick as it is, it feels better than a thin handle. So unfortunately the pins were really close to the outside, so trying to get a more rounded thing wasn't going to work. So my hands are dirty, got to keep it clean. So now we need to sharpen this little guy, so we'll do that now. So I'm going to start with 320 just to get a whole new edge on there because it's kind of rough. So, and of course that point we want to get an edge on there all the way along. Okay, I go until I get a nice even edge. Flip her around. Repeat. So now I've got a nice even edge there. We're going to change over to 800 quickly. He says. And a couple of nice sweeps. Get a nice smooth edge there. What you're looking for is that peel to be even all the way along the blade. Then you know you're getting a nice even edge. And then when you have that, you flip it over. Take a lot. Oops. And repeat. Oh, that feels good. Take it off and strop. Nice and clean. Smooth sound. Let's try and start with a clean piece of paper, right? Maybe I should have. There. Nice. There we go. Now I've got oil everywhere. There you go. Colonial Forest Master. See it there. I like it. It grew on me. I wasn't feeling good about it at all. But now that it's cleaned up and it's a little shinier, I feel a little better. The handle, I thought would be too thick, but once I gripped it, played with it for a while, it felt a lot better. It's got a lot of width to it, but it gives you a good grip. It almost feels like you're holding an optional style handle, so which is a good thing. And you can see it shined up nicely, sharpened up nicely, the blade cleaned up nice, and got some good snap on it. These springs, yep, they're pretty good. And see there. So there you are, my Colonial Forest Master with bone stag antler, don't know handle. Nice upgrade, learning experience. I got to figure out a way. The bone you get when you buy the handle pieces are pretty thick, and of course with this clamshell you had a ridge on it, so I had to hollow it out. Didn't want to get too thin because not comfortable with bone, don't know how easy it'll break, so I kind of left it thick, and I thought that would be a problem, but it turned out okay. I think I like it. I think the next thing I have to do is, something I haven't done in a while, and make a sheath. I'm thinking of, one of my barrel type sheaths for this, because it is nice, big and round. So there you go. You all be safe out there, especially when you're doing this. Always check the blades before you start cleaning it, so that you're aware which ones are sharp and not. Tape them up, be safe. I don't know how many times I've just slit my finger running across while sanding, so be aware of that. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Mary says, you now know the story. She passed right through there. Took me a while, got a little distracted, had a lot going on. I'm going to be doing a channel update soon. The past few weeks have been a little rough, so I had to get some things done, not just health things but other things, life in general. So there you go. Thanks for watching, always appreciated, and we'll see you again soon, including Mary when she feels like it, right? What do you think? Yeah? Think that's okay? You're not impressed? Tough critic she is. See you again soon.